Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up.
Okay, so welcome to today's video. Here we're going to be showing you 5 methods and 5 ways to just improve your overall Fortnite gameplay and hopefully turn you into a better player. Obviously I'm not a pro player, but I have won various scrim games, etc, etc. It makes me nowhere near pro. It's not even in the pro chord, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, if you're looking to improve in Fortnite, here's 5 methods that may be able to help you. Okay, so the first tip I'm going to give you is 3-tier ramping. Now, you may have seen this in a lot of people's videos, but nevertheless, it is still an important factor. Some of you may just currently do that. Some of you may do it like this and build up with, you know, ramp wall. The one you want to try and adopt is all 3. Now, obviously, with this new glider redeploy changing, it may not be seen as key anymore. However, what I'm going to explain to you is that in fights, when you're building up like this, you are so less prone to people shooting you down, which is brilliant when it comes to third partying and when your opponent's just a little sado who sits there trying to shoot you down rather than engage in an actual build fight with you. So that is the first thing you can do to help secure your game up is, if you can, obviously I play on both. If you see my thing change now, I can play on both PC and console. I play with a controller on PC at the minute because my mouse is very much broke, and obviously I use 2 mouse buttons to build. So like, if I show you right now, ready? If I try and do it all in one smooth movement, it's such a delay, which would end up screwing me over basically, which is why I'm not going to show you on a mouse and keyboard today. However, that is the first thing you need to adopt, is these 3-tier ramps. Obviously build it at the bottom as well, but it's just an example. 3-tier ramps all the way up like that, and then hopefully you get shot down a lot less and third parties are not going to be able to hurt you as much in fights. Okay, the second tip I'm going to give you is dipping out of fights. Now, obviously, in a second, you'll see a clip where I use this in game. But obviously, if I'm building up, like I am now. Right, if I'm in trouble, say I take a massive bit of damage and I'm in a bad position, I'm being third-partied, etc, etc. With the new glider redeploy, obviously people may chase you. This is not guaranteed to work, but just dip out if needed. If you need to dip, dip. That is the biggest thing I can get you. Like, obviously, it's not the ideal way to play. A lot of people will put you down for it, and me included, but I do it myself. Pro players do it. Dipping out of fights is not a bad thing to do at all. Tip number 3 for this video is going to be boxing up whilst healing. Okay, so if I take some damage right now, right, so I'm weak. I've got a chug jug on me. Obviously with minis or even a slurp, for example, if I pop a slurp out in the open, it takes about 2 seconds, right? Yep, you can see 2 seconds. That is less risky to pop than a chug jug out in the open, we understand. But that 2 seconds, there could be someone with a sniper and AR looking at you if you're weaker than I am. The best thing you want to do is just build a box. You just want to get in a box and heal. And then if you want to leave, you leave. Okay? The other option is obviously place a pyramid and get in the pyramid, but this is obviously less guaranteed to work. But yeah, the biggest thing is the amount of newbie players you will kill because they heal out in the open is ridiculous. There are times when healing out the open is allowed and it's fine, of course there is. However, what I'm mainly trying to say here is, if you're trying to go for the win, just use a few materials to box up. Doesn't have to be the nicest box in the world. You don't have to put a roof and a pyramid on every time, but you want to cover the angles that people might have on you. So that's one of the biggest things for me, is make sure you're boxed up or out of the open, let's say, when trying to. Editing is tip number 4, and this is the reason you may win or lose a battle in Fortnite. It is so key. If no matter what the situation is, if you're boxing up, if the opponent's replaced the wall, if you've replaced the wall, you have to be quick at editing. Too slow at editing, the opponent will read you, may have time to make a different move. So yeah, you have to be good at editing on this game. Now, I'm using a PC here, just like this. I'm not the quickest editor in the world, but just little quick things to get you in. See, messing up there. Another way to use editing on Fortnite is when building up and there's an opponent on top of you. The last tip in Fortnite, which is a very, very basic and strange one that, funny enough, a lot of people seem to not do, is just to check your surroundings. If the amount of times you kill a player, or I've killed a player, because they're running, and they're just running like this, even if they're jumping, they're trying to, they're looking in front of them, no one looks behind them. Just have a quick turn. I mean, on console, obviously, okay, you have to turn a lot harder depending on what your sensitivity is. But like, if I change to my mouse and keyboard, quick turn. Nope, don't see anyone. Nope, don't see anyone. Obviously, I'm in Playground. You'll see more clips of this in actual game footage, but again, it's just such a basic thing, but like, someone could be right behind you all the time, and you wouldn't know because you're not looking. So make sure you're turning around and looking for anyone that may be hot on your trail.
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up.